Hi, it's Pat Gillis here, and I'm excited to say that we look like we finally got the tech all worked out for that online course I was telling you about. I'm pretty excited about it. Like, as you know, I've been teaching people to ride for like 35 years, but I have a real soft spot for teaching people the steps that you should take before you actually get on the horse's back. You know, riding it's so different, right? Like, if you're going to take, I don't know, tennis lessons or something, it's really important that you learn how to hold the tennis racket or how to hit the ball, keep score, all those things. The one thing you don't have to learn when you're playing tennis is what the tennis racket's even thinking about or trying to get inside the tennis racket's head. And that's what makes riding such a different game. It's what kind of attracts all of us, I think, because we're actually trying to kind of make an understanding or come to an understanding with another living, breathing creature. I don't know if you're like me. What I'm looking for when I ride is that feeling of connection with the horse, that he's actually doing what I asked him to do, not because he has to, but because he wants to. Or I don't know if you ever feel those magic moments where when you're riding and it feels like you just thought it and the horse actually does it. And actually the best feeling of all is when you get the feeling that the horse has enjoyed spending time with you as much as you've enjoyed spending time with the horse. Those are the things that I'm always looking for when I ride, and that's what we're going to try to get to the bottom of in this course that we're going to be delivering sometime in the next week or so. I mentioned that because, we've been locked down with this pandemic right now, and we've had so many people calling and everything wanting to take lessons, and we have to keep saying, no, you can't, because you can't come to the barn right now. And I feel terrible, disappointing people like that, but it is what it is, right? But that's why this course is exciting, because a couple of months ago when somebody told me this, I thought, are you crazy? We can't do that online. But once we got going on this and set it all up, it's actually worked out pretty well. In fact, like, we've been able to get hours and hours of footage of the school horses, and then we've edited it down to sort of consumable bites. So now actually, when we want to show you something, we could actually show you exactly, instead of counting on our school horse just to perform when we want them to. And trust me, there has been a lot of comic relief over the years while we tried to convince school horses to do a certain thing so that we could show people in the in-house training. So in a lot of ways, this is going to be fun and a lot less stressful for me. We've decided to call this course Make the Connection, the steps that you need to take before you step in the stirrup. It's kind of a corny name, but that is what we're going to focus on. We really want to concentrate on understanding the horse, knowing how to stay safe around the horse, and knowing how to be the horse's advocate and friend. And if you're just starting this riding adventure, honestly, here's the bottom line. The best time to concentrate on understanding the horse is before you complicate everything by getting on his back. And all of you guys who ride can vouch for me that once you get on the horse's back, just the physical challenges that you're going to run into, it's asking a lot of yourself at that point when you're concentrating on balance and where you put your hand, where you do this. It's a lot to ask to also try to figure out the creature that you're on. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to deliver it in 4 Zoom calls. And so the first call is going to be about understanding the horse, getting inside his head a little bit, figuring out how he's hardwired, what makes him think the way he thinks, and how he sees the world the way he sees it. That really impacts how our relationship with the horse is. So that's where we like to start. In the next call, we're going to work on the absolutely necessary things that you need to have in place in order to stay safe around horses. As much as we love them, they're big and they're strong, and we have to learn where to position ourselves around horses, how to handle them, so that we can always stay safe. In the third call, and this is one of my favorites because all of my students always ask about this, and it's great. It's how do we become the horse's advocate and friend? Honestly, the more of us that understand this and know this stuff, the better the world is for horses, which is why I love teaching this one. What we work on in this one is we think how do we can help the horse just by being observant, and then how we can go a little bit deeper, trying to tell if the horse is well or unwell, how to take his vital signs, how to take his digital pulse. And this is something that a lot of casual riders never get an opportunity to learn. And honestly, even some owners don't get the chance. So this would be good for them too. In the fourth call, we're going to go through the overarching themes and concepts that we think of when it comes to riding. And these are pretty universal. Like, it doesn't matter if you're riding English or Western or what your discipline is, because the things that we're going to talk about pertain to the horse, and the horse is always the same in all of these things. We're going to give you some homework to look at in between calls too, more videos and worksheets and things like that, so you really get that knowledge ingrained in your head. And because we have our bandwidth problem in the barn, we have to keep the numbers down a little bit. So it's going to be an intimate little group, and we'll have lots of time for question and answers. The horse is not a machine. He's not a bicycle. He's not a tennis racket. And so there's an essence and a personality to the horses, and that's what draws us to them in the first place. And we're all trying to get away from that crazy, busy, insane time of our lives, and we kind of like we're seeking something genuine and honest and something that brings us peace. And the horse is all that, and that's what draws us to him. In order to enjoy it fully, we have to be able to break down those communication barriers that occur between horses and humans. And that's when the magic starts, and that's when we really, really feel that we make that connection. So stay tuned, keep an eye on your email. We're going to have it in the next few days. We'll send you all the details. In the meantime, have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you soon, and remember to thank your horse.